Hi, Instagram. I'm here with another Younger by the Day reading and chatting series. For those of you who are new to this, I wrote the book Younger by the Day back in 2004. And hi, Carrie Ann. And now I'm kind of looking back on it. It's a day book about spiritual and physical ways to be young at heart, young for real. But you know, now I'm 71 and kind of hard to call that young by any stretch. And yet, you know, you can feel it and kind of live it too. I think it's a wonderful thing to identify with our youthful selves. I've been watching this Netflix series called Emily in Paris. If anybody's watching that, you can, put little stars or something. It's so cute. It's kind of like an updated Sex and the City, except it's Paris, and it's so beautiful and wonderful. And she's like, I don't know, 26 maybe, and yet I was 26, so I completely relate to this character, and it's really fun to have something like that to kind of take me away for half an hour a day. So that's a little bit what the topic is about today, which is called Starting with the Outside. So I'll read this, and then we'll just see what we think. It says, I believe in changing ourselves from the inside, still do, as the author of a book about losing weight called Fit From Within and one about inner beauty called Lit From Within, I am heavily invested in the concept. Nevertheless, there are times when it is appropriate to approach the outside first, to change your style, your hair, your makeup, and allow that to bring your mood up a few notches. The outside-in kind of transformation is called for when inner change seems too ill-defined or free-form, too out there, when you're looking for a lift in the rock-solid here and now. At times like these, try bright red nail polish and a pair of new shoes. Heck, make them red too. Then the change you're working for on the heart and soul level is in process. In the meantime, you've got the nails and the shoes. Appearance can be a slippery slope. We don't want to overemphasize it, especially since we live in a culture that overemphasizes it as a matter of course. Doing something lovely for your face or body, however, is a readily available means of elevating the spirit. It's not a sellout. Cats groom and birds preen, and kindergartners get a kick out of shiny new Mary Janes. There can be serious therapeutic value in a hat or a lipstick or a facial. This isn't buying happiness. It's just buying a little time. And here is the thought that goes with that. This is a rejuvenate yourself with action suggestion. Do something nice for your outer self today. You might choose an accessory you seldom wear, style your hair a different way, or treat yourself to a piece of clothing Santa forgot to bring. So I'm not sure I would have written that today, just the way I wrote it then. And yet I can really see how these little things, and not just appearance little things, but all kinds of little things, like going to a place that makes you recognize yourself. This is in my book, Creating a Charmed Life. Find places to recognize yourself. It's not original with me. Somebody said it to me, I don't know, 25, 30 years ago. And it really changed a lot, because we're always talking about pushing our boundaries and getting outside our comfort zone. And that is all really important because we want to be these spiritual warriors and strong, brave, valiant people. And yet sometimes it's just so sweet to be someplace where you recognize yourself. And for me, that's often a coffee shop, a cafe, where I can just bring my laptop or my book or my notebook and just be there and be me. I think the reason I love that Emily in Paris show is because I just love cities. London is my favorite, and I live in New York, and it's pretty darn cool. It's kind of having some post-COVID troubles, or still in COVID troubles right now, with Broadway being not very crowded and stuff like that, but it's still just this wonderful, wonderful feeling because I recognize myself here and somebody else is like, I'm not going there. You know, I recognize myself out in the woods or at the shore. That is all cool. There's just something so important about finding an environment that looks back at you and says, hey, I look like you. I approve of you. You are doing just fine. So I'll tell you the fun thing I have going for this afternoon and then let you all get on with your important day. I'm going to see my Ayurvedic doctor, Dr. Scott Gerson, who actually lives in Florida, but he comes to New York a few times a year, and I'm very excited about that because Ayurveda is something that I've been using a lot in my own life and health and process. And if he tells me something new and cool that I didn't know before, I will share that with you tomorrow. And tomorrow we will be meeting again at 2:30 Eastern Time, just like today, because at 4 o'clock is the monthly service of the Compassion Consortium, which is something that I'm part of. It's an interfaith, interspiritual, interspecies center for people who are interested in the big picture and who care about non-human beings. So our special guest tomorrow is Kathy Freston, who's just incredibly cool. She wrote The Lean and Clean Proteins, and she was the one who got Oprah's staff to go vegan for a month. She's really something. And then we're also going to have a pop-in from Badass Vegan, John Lewis, and he's going to talk about the upcoming film that he did with Keegan Kuhn and a lot of cool hip-hop artists called They're Trying to Kill Us, which is about food choices and lack of food choices in minority communities. So very cool guy. It's going to be so much fun. So just check that out at compassionconsortium.org. Hope to see you there. All the best, everybody. Enjoy life from the inside out or the outside in. Works both ways. Bye.